The insecurity in this country has entered into another level. The insecurity in Nigeria has entered into another level. The news reaching me right now is that a general has been shot by terrorists in Zamfara state. A retired general in the Nigerian army was shot today, being Sunday, by terrorists, or should I call them bandits, in Zamfara state. General Mohammed was a retired general in the Nigerian army. So after retiring from the Nigerian army, he decided to form the Zamfara Community Guide so as to protect the community from bandits and terrorism. Zamfara state has been in a hot seat based on banditry and terrorism. That is to say, Zamfara state have witnessed the highest rate of insecurity in Nigeria, whereby bandit has become a regular business in that region. They are acting based on impunity. That is to say, no one can challenge them. So there's been a lot of reports of kidnapping and banditry attack in this Zamfara state, most especially in local communities. Now travelers are also having difficulty traveling along any road connected to Zamfara, because all the roads connecting to Zamfara have been ambushed by these bandits, because they are waiting for travelers to kidnap, because that is where they gain their money. So when they kidnap travelers, they will collect ransom from them. They will demand for huge amount of money for their release. So this is how they are making their money. So they have turned kidnapping in Zamfara state into a business. So this has been going on for so long. The government have sent security agency like the army, the air force, the navy to go to Zamfara state and fish out these bandits, but to no avail. The Nigerian army could not defeat these bandits. The Nigerian air force, the Nigerian navy could not defeat these bandits. So these bandits are acting based on impunity. They are acting based on impunity because they have the resources, they have the manpower, they have the weapon, the artilleries. So if you watch some of their videos and see the kind of guns and ammunitions that these bandits are wielding, if you are in the army, you not even try to say you want to go and fight them, because these guys, they have sophisticated weapons. So this army retired general decided to organize a group of security known as Zamfara Community Guide to fight these bandits, especially the ones that are ambushing travelers, because the major problem here is the ones ambushing travelers. That is to say, people that are traveling from Zamfara to Sokoto, from Zamfara to Lagos, from Zamfara to Kaduna, from Zamfara to Abuja. These people are being attacked by these bandits. These people are being attacked by these bandits. So he decided to organize a security outfit that will help to secure Zamfara state, since the government could not secure the community, because these bandits have eaten deep in the community. They have destroyed so many things, made the people helpless and hopeless. Some of the indigenes in these local communities in Zamfara state have fled their community. They are now living in IDP camps as refugees. They have run away from their community and they are living in IDP camps as refugees because of these bandits. So this general organized a security guide to be guiding the community and also to be protecting those highways, those roads that these bandits are plying, that these bandits are always waiting in ambush, waiting for motorists, travelers, for them to kidnap. So today being Sunday, unexpected happened. According to this army general, he stated that his boys normally arrive the location very early in the morning, because there is this particular road in Zamfara where these bandits are always laying in ambush to kidnap travelers. So this army general sent the security group that he formed to stay there. He stationed them there for them to guide that area so as to enable travelers to pass without any problem. So that is what has been happening according to the general. So for some time now, there have been peace along that road. Like there wasn't too much news of attacks, kidnapping by bandits along that road because of this Zamfara community guide that this general formed. So they were able to protect that particular area from banditry attack. So these bandits feel that this general might be spoiling business for them because they are no longer, able to kidnap travelers as they used to, because they are heavily security around that area. So what they did was they went into an ambush. They have already known that the general always send his boys very early in the morning to that particular checkpoint so as to protect that place. That is, he sent them there every morning for them to be there till evening. So this will now disrupt the bandits from coming out to attack motorists and travelers. So this incident is infuriating the bandits, is hurting them. So they now stipulated on a plan that they are going to use. So they came up with an ambush. Now they already know that the general always sent his boys early in the morning. So what they did was they slept in that checkpoint. That is to say, they hide themselves within that checkpoint and slept there, prepared themselves just for an ambush. So when the general now sent his boys as usual to that particular spot, the road where these bandits are always terrorizing motorists and travelers, to their greatest surprise, they were ambushed by these bandits, by these terrorists. According to the general, as his boys were stepping down from their patrol vehicle so as to take their position, you know how they take their position when they are in checkpoint. As they are stepping down from their patrol vehicle, these bandits, these terrorists came out from their hidden places and started shooting these security guards. They killed so many people, so many of these security guards. It was in the process that they shot the general. Luckily, the general didn't die. Instead, he sustained severe injury, so he was rushed to a nearby specialist hospital. But in this attack, so many of these guards, this Zamfara community guards, so many of them were killed because they were taken unaware. They were taken unaware by this bandit, by this terrorist. So this general narrated this story, why in the hospital, how everything happened. He narrated everything, how it happened. That it is because the government could not provide the security with sophisticated weapons. That is why these bandits are acting based on impunity. Because these bandits, they have sponsors in high places. Because if you see the kind of guns and ammunition that these bandits are holding. You understand what I'm talking about. Let me just read out the news before I go deep into this discussion. Let me just read out the news, right? Let me read out the news. A gang of gunmen suspected to be terrorists on Sunday, which is today, shot the Director General of the Zamfara State Community Protection Guide, CPG, that is General Lawal Mohammed, a retired general in the Nigerian army. It was learned that General Mohammed was shot by the terrorists when they invaded Kusheri village in Safe local government area of Zamfara state. That is to say, these bandits, they invaded Kusheri village in Safe local government area of Zamfara state, because this is one of the communities that these bandits have been attacking in Zamfara state. This is one of the community. So in the process of performing their usual attacks on innocent residents and indigenes of the community, they shot at the general. The head of the community guard was shot when the terrorists attacked motorists in the community. Just like I explained, the general was attacked. He was shot by these terrorists because they were taken unaware. Like I told you, the terrorists slept in that checkpoint because they feel so sad and frustrated that this general is depriving them of their work, of their business, where they are eating, because this particular location is where these bandits have been kidnapping so many people in Zamfara state, because this is a federal road, so it leads to so many locations, so many people are applying that road. So through that road, the road can lead you to Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kano. So it's a federal road. So they knew that that road is always busy because there is always motorists, there is always travelers. So that is why they were so particular with that route. They were so particular with that area. So the general knew that this is what has been going on in this community, and they don't have security to guide them. The state government could not provide them with enough security to fight these bandits. The federal government could not provide them with enough security to fight these bandits. So the general took upon himself to organize this security outfit so as to protect motorists. His major concern is to protect travelers that are plying that road. So, to his greatest surprise, the bandits took him and his boys unaware. They shot him, injured some of his boys, and killed many of his boys. And in the process, these bandits were able to kidnap so many motorists in the process. The head of the community guard was shot when the terrorists attacked motorists in the community. The terrorists were said to have blocked Funtua Safe Road late in the evening and attacked motorists, including the Director General of CPG, that is the General Mohammed. He was also attacked by these bandits. So they came there and took them unaware. Just according to the news report, they laid ambush for them because they know that the general and his boys normally arrive at the scene very early in the morning. So these bandits slept over They came there in the night when the boys have left, when the security have left. That is to say, when the Zamfara security guide have left. They came there in the night and slept over in preparation for an ambush, because they knew fully well that the general and his boys normally arrive the area early in the morning, and they knew that the general and his boys are disrupting business for them, because they know how much they are cashing out from this kidnapping. You know how much these people are calling? They will kidnap someone, they will demanding 100 million, 200 million. Even someone that has not seen 10,000 naira in his life before, they will kidnap that person and be demanding 200 million. Just imagine it. Where will that person get that kind of money to bail himself out? Scores of passengers were reportedly adopted by this bandit during the operation. As they succeeded in ambushing this security outfit, they were able to kill so many of these security outfits and shot the general. So there was no resistance. There were no resistance, no security. So they were able to kidnap so many motorists. Scores of passengers were kidnapped. So now imagine how much these bandits are going to make from this kidnapping. Because one person, you know how much they'll be calling? 100 million, 200 million. A source from the Zamfara State Ministry of Internal Security stated that the DG was receiving treatment at a hospital in Gusau. That is the state capital. So they said that they stated that the DG, that is the Director General of this security outfit, is receiving treatment at a private hospital in the state capital because he was severely injured. They shot at him. He was severely injured. So when they overpowered this security outfit and shot at the general, that is the commander, they were able to kidnap scores of travelers, people that are traveling to different parts of the country. They all ended up in the hands of these terrorists. According to the Ministry of Internal Security, it is confirmed that the bandit shot the Director General Community Protection Guides and he's currently receiving treatment at Yarima Bakura Specialist Hospital in Gusau, Zamfara State Capital. The attack comes days after bandits killed at least 8 CPG personnel and a commercial driver in the Safe local government area of the state. Eyewitness accounts revealed that the bandits ambushed the CPG personnel before killing them. They ambushed them before annihilating them, before executing them. So it was after the killing that they came back the next day and kidnapped scores of passengers, because they have succeeded in overpowering this security. Now there is no longer any other resistance that will stop them. So they now have the freedom to continue from where they stop, because they knew that this security is depriving them from their business. So they were able to take them off, and now no more resistance, and they continue in business, continue in kidnapping Nigerians, people traveling for their normal day-to-day businesses are being kidnapped by these bandits. And yet the federal government cannot bring out money. They can't bring out money to provide adequate security. The soldiers are hungry. Most of them, their salary is peanuts. They don't earn as much as they are supposed to earn because these guys are risking their lives to secure the country, but they are not paid well. So how do you expect them to defeat a syndicate of criminals? Because these bandits is not ordinary. There is a hierarchy that is protecting these bandits. That is why the Nigerian government is unable to defeat these bandits. Where their power lies is on IPOB and Southeast. That is where the power lies. But they don't have the power to defeat these bandits. The bandits have engaged soldiers in gun duel, killing commercial drivers and injuring 3 soldiers. The soldiers that were sent before were defeated by these bandits. 3 of the soldiers were injured. Some were killed because these bandits are highly armed. They are highly armed. They have sophisticated weapons. So if the government want to earn security in this country, what they need to do is to set aside a very huge amount of money and make up a committee that will foresee the expense of that money to make sure that that money is used for the training and retraining of security personnel in this country. That is to say, this money should be used to train security personnel, arm them with sophisticated weapons and ammunition, feed them very well. What do I mean by feed them very well? Make sure that their salary is fat, because money motivates. If these soldiers are being paid well, it will increase their morale. If they enter battlefield, you see them displaying. But for the fact that they are not well paid, there is no morale. They don't have that motivation, because you know that money motivates. So what the government are doing is to spend that money within themselves, because they believe they have DSS that is guiding them. So they don't care about the common man. Anything that want to happen, let it happen. This is how these terrorists, these bandits have been killing and kidnapping people, acting on impunity, and no one can stop them. I think the government needs to do something about this, because the rate of insecurity in this country is becoming unbecoming. It's becoming unbecoming. So I don't know what the government are planning. I don't know what their plan is, because I know fully well that they have the money to fund security, but they are just spending that money within themselves. But they can't spend that money on security, because the major function of the government is protection of lives and property. So if a government cannot protect the lives of its citizens, that government has failed woefully. So if they cannot protect Nigerians, if they allow Nigerians to die in the hands of terrorists and bandits, they have failed as government. So that is what I have for you in this news update. If you love this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more gist, for more breaking news, and also don't forget to turn on the notification icon to be the first to be notified whenever I drop new updates. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day.